Hi, let's take a look at some G.I. Joe art from 1984 and 85. This is from Collecting the Art of G.I. Joe from R. Carson Metaxas. And here are some carded figures from that era. You see Baroness here and Duke. Duke more art to the lower left side here. To the right is Swivel Arm, Cobra Intelligence Officer Baroness. Baroness, of course, was created by Larry Hama and turned up in the cartoon and the toy line as well. And here we have um, Duke and Blowtorch. Um, Blowtorch is a cool looking figure. I love the color scheme of him. At this point, they were veering off from the traditional greens that they were doing in the first waves, and now they're getting more into more colorful, unique looking individuals. And here we have Firefly and Mutt and Junkyard. The animals, of course, for the toys were just one molded piece, but has a lot of personality. Kids play with it as though it's a character in and of itself. And here we have um, Rakondo and Ripcord. Rakondo is a jungle trooper. Ripcord is a halo jumper. And of course, fan favorite Roadblock, and the Cobra anti-mortar specialist Scrap Iron. Scrap Iron came with a cool accessory with a rocket launcher little appliance here, and Roadblock is a heavy machine gunner. He rhymed a lot in the cartoon, but in the comic he was more sensible. Of course, he plays a big part in the movie where he's blind and he's being led around by a mutated Cobra Commander. Definitely a fan favorite. Of course, he was played by The Rock in the second live action movie. And here, of course, is Spirit and Storm Shadow. In the comic book, Storm Shadow had a feud against Snake Eyes. In the cartoon, Spirit and Storm Shadow had some sort of weird rivalry in one of the miniseries. It's quickly scuttled later on, but they tried to make history between these two in the cartoon. And here are some 1984 vehicles and play sets. Of course, Zartan was a figure that was not carded by himself. He came with his little skiff, so it's a vehicle that you buy with Zartan. Here is the Jeep and surface to air cannon thing 2-pack. Also the Vamp Mark II self-propelled cannon, the Cobra water moccasin, the hovercraft whale. A lot of big fan favorites here. The Cobra Rattler. Here are some covers for the book and record sets. Challenge of the Clones, The Deadly Satellite. These were made by Kid Stuff. Fairly cheaply made, but lots of entertainment value. The guy they got to voice the narration, I guess was supposed to sound like a G.I. Joe. Sounds like a real Jabrowski. There's Operation Outer Space, Operation Sandstorm. These were Hasbro Listen and Learn books. These are 1985 carded figures. Here you have some fan favorites. Most notably, we have Shipwreck, Lady J, Quick Kick, Bazooka. We've got Flint. We've got the now iconic version of Snake Eyes with the grill. The Dreadnoks are here as well. Here to the right is Airtight, the hostile environment specialist. And here we have Alpine and Barbecue, two fan favorites from the cartoon. Alpine was usually teamed up with Bazooka, and they made a sort of like, Hope and Crosby team every so often. Pretty fun. Here's Bazooka and one of the Dreadnoks, Buzzer. adding more elements to the Cobra bad guys, not just troopers, but also these weird mercenaries that they hire as well. Here's a Cobra Elite Trooper, the Crimson Guard. I remember these looking really awesome. And here's Dusty, the Desert Trooper. Here's the Cobra Frogman, Eels, and Flint to the right. Here is Infantry Trooper Footloose to the left, who is depicted as a sort of a hippie in the cartoon. And to the right, of course, is Lady J, Covert Operations. Big fan favorite if you like the cartoon. To the left is Quick Kick, and to the right is Ripper, one of the Dreadnoks. Quick Kick, of definite fan favorite, of course, evoking Bruce Lee stereotypes, but was his own character. He was an actor in the cartoon and did like bogey impressions and stuff like that. Pretty fun. Here's Shipwreck, who had a voice like Jack Nicholson. Fairly polarizing today. A pretty fun character. He had that bird Polly, which is pretty fun, and Polly like makes fun of him and stuff. Whatever. Here's Snake Eyes to the right with Timberwolf. This version has the grill visor, and that's what's most known today. To the left, we have Cobra Polar Assault Trooper Snow Serpent. And to the right is the Televipers, the Cobra Communications Officers. I love that Cobra had all these different ranks of troops. Almost everything from Cobra, even these Snow Serpents and these Televipers, could be troop builder figures. And to the left is another Dreadnought. This one is Torch, with, of course, a torch. And to the right is Tomax and Zaymot, the Crimson Guard commanders, who command those red Crimson Guard guys. I love, once again, all the different rankings of Cobra. It really opens up the imagination. And to the left are 1985, G.I. Joe and Cobra vehicles and playsets. You've got a different kind of snake armor there. You've got the Cobra Sentry and Missile System SMS, pretty awesome. The bridge layer, which basically creates a bridge across chasms. Mini tank armadillo. The tactical battle platform, which basically looked like an oil rig platform. The Snowcat. You got the Cobra Night Landing. Pretty awesome. The Cobra Ferret used it quite a bit in the cartoon. And the Mauler MBT tank. And here you have it, the G.I. Joe USS Flag aircraft carrier with towering vehicle fuel, with towing vehicle fuel trailer, Admiral's launch, and electronic sound system. This is a legendary playset, over 7 feet long. It would never be sold today. Ginormous. It's Hasbro way overreaching. It came with one figure. It didn't come with any of the airplanes, but you could see by the picture to the lower right here, you could fit a lot of these giant planes on this even more giant play set. And here we have a G.I. Joe magazine cover, action-packed story, free poster, secret code. So there was a whole magazine for G.I. Joe, in addition to comic books. And here we have, it looks like CoverGirl, and to the left is Roadblock. To the right of CoverGirl is Duke, and you got, of course, Mutt and Junkyard. And here you have a classic G.I. Joe brochure cover. These things, of course, were packed inside with cross-sell items. So here you have all sorts of different characters here. I'm fairly rusty. I mean, of course, there's Quick Kick to the left. There's, I think, Blowtorch. Can't remember who that guy is, but there's Snake Eyes with Timberwolf. There's Bazooka, Shipwreck, Alpine. You got Flint, I think Dusty, Lady J, and probably Footloose. Here's some more inserts that would be in some of these G.I. Joe packagings. The G.I. Joe team wants you, and also this is the Mission Summit White Knight and Shooting Star 1985 offer to the right. You have more little inserts that would have come with some of these toys. To the right, you have some good naked art, without any of the text or anything, with Major Blood and a Cobra Trooper. And some wonderful art that would come with some of these toys. To the left, you've got a whole battle scene with Destro there. And to the right is a color forms set. Color forms were little plastic pieces you can slap onto different backgrounds and everything. This is Cobra's Revenge. And that's it for this look at the 84-85 line of G.I. Joe, some of the art for it. If you like this, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of cool retro pop art on here. So until next time, take care.